Gut feeder friend, today we're going to talk about this old story. If you're dealing with acid reflux, LPR, GERD, or even silent reflux, this old story where Western medicine tells you, well, you have too much stomach acid, just take the acid blockers, take the PPIs, and avoid acidic foods, right? Big mistake. Too much stomach acid is not the real cause. PPIs are actually making your situation worse long term and make it harder for you to overcome LPR, GERD, or acid reflux. In this video, we're going to cover 4 things. Number 1, the true cause for acid reflux, what's actually going on there in your stomach, in your esophagus, and even in your mouth. Second, why conventional medicine fails and why those PPIs are actually making your situation worse. You're really going to understand the mechanics of what's going on there in your stomach, and you're never going to want to take acid blockers again. And third, this is really a new thing that I haven't covered in all the reflux and acid reflux videos in the past on gut feelings, a new way of gut healing, what I call the future of medicine, where acid reflux becomes a message from your body instead of a problem or a roadblock. And number 4, we're going to get practical. We together do a simple exercise, an integration exercise, to apply the things you've learned in the first 3 steps that is simple and that also has the potential to give you relief right now while moving in the right direction, not just fixing the symptoms, but actually healing your body. This is not just about food and supplements and do that and don't do that, but it's a new way of healing and a new way of understanding what happens in your body. Sounds like a good idea? Then let's dive right in, and on your way, just hit that like button so YouTube knows and I know that you like this kind of video and you want more of it. Let's talk about why you have acid reflux, what's the cause, and why conventional treatments like acid blockers are not a good idea and why they actually make it worse and don't help long term. When I say acid reflux, I'm speaking for this whole group, right? So this applies to GERD, LPR, silent reflux, and acid reflux. The real cause why you have reflux is that you do not have, listen up, enough good stomach acid. You don't have enough good stomach, you're actually low in stomach acid. Your stomach acid's job is threefold. There are probably more functions, but those, for simplifying, it's 3 things. Break down foods, kill off pathogens, anything you eat, all the bacteria, viruses that come in through your mouth. And number 3, trigger proper digestion. Give the body the right signals to move the content of the stomach further down in your digestive system. Now, what happens when your stomach acid is too low? Too low stomach acid allows bad bacteria, viruses, we're talking Epstein-Barr, Streptococcus, H.pylori, to proliferate, to multiply in your stomach and take over your stomach. These pathogens, when they multiply, they also eat things, and those things that they let go of are very, very acidic. They are toxic acids. And that is the acid that is actually burning your esophagus, that comes up from your stomach and that inflames your whole stomach. So this flap that separates the esophagus from the stomach gets inflamed and doesn't close properly. Now, what do acid blockers like PPIs do? They neutralize that good stomach acid, that little bit of good stomach acid that you have left. They don't kill the pathogens, they don't kill H. pylori or Streptococcus. They make it easier for them to take over and harder for your stomach to actually heal itself. I've got many one-on-one clients who were on acid blockers for years, and all that did for them was it worsened their gut issues. They got totally dependent on the acid blockers. It worsened their reflux, they always needed more PPIs, and it created massive nutrient deficiencies. Because if your stomach is not able to break down the foods, especially protein into amino acids, because the acid and those digestive enzymes, they are needed. They're very, very important for your digestion and nutrient absorption later on in the small intestine, which is the next part after your stomach. And that's just to name a few of the side effects of acid blockers. There is the quick fix versus the real healing. Quick fix is we just fix those symptoms, make those symptoms go away, make this acid that is coming up just block that away, acid blockers, which ignores the root cause of acid reflux. And then there is real healing, addressing the root cause, restoring your natural stomach acid, and clearing out those pathogens. Now, when it comes to what to do with this information, there are 3 things. And those need more explanation, which I did in the other acid reflux video where we focused more on diet and supplements, which I link you one up here and also in the description below. 3 things. Number 1 is you want to start your day with fresh pressed celery juice to restore your good stomach acid and to actually kill off pathogens. Number 2, you want to avoid foods that feed those bad guys. So it's basically brunch. If you give them dairy, eggs, or any type of gluten, including bread, pasta, cookies, they love it. And it's an invitation for them like, oh, let's make more babies. And number 3 is if you have that mentality, I need high protein, I need high fat, drop it. Because right now you're not able to break down or absorb them, any of those heavy fats or proteins, because they're just lingering in your digestive system. So instead of that, instead of high fat, high protein, you want to focus on high nutrient density, fresh fruits, fresh vegetables, sprouts, juices. Anything that is alive and supports your body to fight back those bacteria and also strengthen your stomach acid. I understand that this can be a lot, especially if you've been eating lots of eggs and dairy and gluten and now you're like, I don't know what to eat. That's why I created a 1-week stomach healing challenge, which gives you everything like a meal plan, a few high quality supplements, a complete healing protocol. First do this, then do that. In the evening this, so you're not getting overwhelmed. It's very clear and simple to follow. And it's also delicious and 100% plant-based. You don't have to become a vegan, but if you want to heal your acid reflux, I highly recommend you, at least for the time being, while you're healing, going plant-based. Now that you understand the real cause for acid reflux and have some first step what to do, let's dive even deeper. And this is something that is not so much talked about, if anywhere. And that is to see your symptoms that you're experiencing right now, the pain, the discomfort, to see them in a new light. And that's really part of a big healing shift that includes your mind and your emotions. Brain-gut connection, by the way, is a real thing. What if I told you that the reflux you're experiencing is a messenger? It's not the problem, it's not a roadblock, it's not there to hold you back from living your best life, although I understand that it might seem like that, especially with what we get told everywhere, Western medicine, doctors, media streaming onto us. But that ignores one basic truth, and that is that your body, and I really truly believe that, and that's my experience, is highly intelligent. It's never against you. It's not stupid. Imagine that every symptom, every discomfort you're experiencing in your body, every symptom is a way from the body to communicate something with you. It's a message. I like to call it the gift in disguise, which if you're right now experiencing pain might be a little bit of a stretch. I understand. But the main thing I want to give you here as food for thought is there are 2 things to look at, right? There's the old paradigm, which says your body is broken, or I have a disease and I need to fight it, right? There's something wrong. That's the old paradigm. Western medicine, pharma, cha-ching, paid science studies, oh yeah. And then there's the other part, and this is really what I truly believe we are more growing into, what I call the future of gut healing. And that is, my body is trying to tell me something. And not just trying to tell me something because there's something broken, but because it can help me. If I accept the message, if I'm willing and open to listen, it can help me to become more of who I want to be. More joy, more happiness, more vitality. And that takes this reflux, this pain symptom, as a gateway, as kind of a birth canal to go through in order for me to grow as a person. Because let's be honest, how do we grow the most? We don't grow if like everything is just rosy posy and oh my God, is that nice? Oh, I think I'm gonna grow now. I'm gonna overcome this thing and that thing. No. And the body, because it's so smart, it can take on that role to help you with that shift. What that shift is, you're gonna find out. That's your job to find out. And that's also part of the paradigm shift, which takes this energy from looking out there like, oh, give me the answers, doctor, tell me what's wrong with me after seeing me for 5 minutes, right? I understand this frustration with doctors a lot. I had that in my past so much. 2, giving over the responsibility to you. Not as a fault, not as a blaming, but making you the expert for what's going on with you. I'm not saying don't watch any YouTube videos or don't read any magazines, things, but don't trust other people more than yourself and your gut feelings and your inner compass, which you have, even if it might be right now not on the surface and easy to listen to. It's because all this noise is really loud, and your gut feelings and your body, especially if you haven't listened to them for a while, they're rather quiet. So what is your body telling you through this acid reflux, through the symptom that you have? Maybe it's a call for a detox, a reset, cleansing out those pathogens, releasing old beliefs, all things that have been stored up in your liver, in your digestive system. Or it could be a call to reconnect more with yourself, with who you are, because digestive issues can also be a struggle, an overwhelm to digest life. It's all connected. Or maybe you've been holding on to some fear, to some stress, to something that is not you anymore, and that your body helps you, invites you as a gift with this message of acid reflux, of pain behind the sternum, to look at and to take time for that, to listen and to grow. So now I've talked a lot, and maybe there was something interesting from what I shared. Love to hear in the comments if you feel there was some resonance. But now let's take it to the practical level, which is the last part of this video. How to apply and to practice this paradigm shift. Because if it's just another video that you're watching and it's all in the mind, it doesn't really change the direction of your healing journey. So now, unless you're driving a vehicle or operating heavy machinery, take a moment. Relax. I like to sit down for this or just stand for a moment and take a deep breath in with me. Hold and let go. And one more breath. I like to put it here on the sternum, especially if you have pain here. Put it here and put one on your stomach if that feels comfortable, or both on your sternum, on the center of your chest. And take another breath in through the nose if you can. Can close your eyes if you like. And hold. And let it go. It's just a moment to allow you to settle into your body, to connect. I really find that helpful to actually touch my body, to have that connection. And now feel into that area where you feel the discomfort. Maybe it's more in the esophagus, more upper esophagus. Maybe it's more where this flap is from your stomach to the esophagus. And we're not trying to fix anything right now. Just allow yourself to feel in that area. This is the first step, and there might be some resistance right now. Totally get it. And now ask your body a question. And the question, there are a few questions that you can ask. The one I'm choosing for you right now. If you already have one that you want to ask your body, you can use that. With acid reflux, the one that I like is asking, what am I holding onto right now that is not serving me anymore? What am I holding onto right now that is not serving me anymore? And when you ask that question, see if you can stay out of your mind and focus more in the center, more in your heart center. Just also where the pain is. It's not about stopping the mind. Just notice when you get into thinking and problem solving and fixing mode, drop the energy from your head area to the center. Maybe that's your stomach, maybe it's your heart. What am I holding on to that doesn't serve me right now anymore? And see if a word comes up, or maybe a color or a sensation. And you can take as much time for that as you want. You can just pause the video if you like, to stay a bit more in that connection. Now, if you haven't opened your eyes, you can breathe your eyes open, taking a breath in. And with your out breath, gently flipper your eyes open. And now I'd like you to write this down. Even if it's just a word or two, it doesn't matter. It's more like the energy. This is an anchor. Once you've written this down, see if for the next few days you can use that as your guiding star. So whenever you feel that symptom again, remember that word, tap into that space, and see if you can almost like shake things off a little bit. Or a good one is also, what is the opposite? So you're letting something go. Let's say it's fear, worry, pain. What is the opposite of that word? It's the opposite quality. Trust, well-being, vitality, slowing down. And then from this contemplation, I invite you to do one small action in that direction, right? In the direction of listening to your body, receiving the message, even if you think it's not something new or original or that can't be. Allow your mind to relax, and this is just for play. We're just experimenting and we're seeing if this one small action already helps you to move in the right direction. So for example, if you have trust, maybe you can start trusting more and more into your intuition and choosing foods that align with your body. It doesn't have to get it perfect, just what's the next step? Or if you, for example, had stress and fast-paced as something you want to let go, maybe slowing down, sitting down before your meal and taking a few breaths in. In other videos, I shared how to do box breathing, for example, which is a very simple breathing technique, helps to activate the parasympathicus and deactivate the sympathicus, the fight and flight mode. Maybe that's one step. But the main idea of this exercise is to help you to listen and to not be scared of the symptom you're experiencing, but instead connecting with the body. Your body is on your side, even if it feels like you're the victim of what's happening there and you have no control and it's just in your way and holding you back. That's just making things worse. Also, think that thought and feel how it feels, right? You feel helpless, more stress, more fight and flight hormones in the body, more adrenaline, more cortisol. And instead, hey, my body is showing me something. So there is a curiosity starting there. All right, gut feeler friend, I hope this was valuable. Let me know in the comments below if you relate to what I shared, especially to the paradigm shift. I would love to hear from you.